Well, hello, Virgo. Virgo, I'm going to give you guys the opportunity to come in the room. Virgo, I'm going to give you guys the opportunity to come right on in. Virgo, this is going to be the next 6 months here for you. We are going to be using multiple of decks, and we are going to be using 6 piles. Each pile is going to represent 1 month that you guys are basically whatever you're going to experience. Okay, so that's how I'll put it. So let's see what comes out here for you, Virgo. Let's see what's coming out here. Let me give y'all a little bit more time to come in. I'm not even sure. Is YouTube letting you guys know that I'm on? Are they notifying you by any chance? Hey, Kiana. Hey, Chantel. Hey, Ashley. Are they letting you guys know that I'm on? I just wanted to know. Yes. Okay, Chantel says yes. You got a notification. Okay. All right. Okay. That's interesting. All right. So we're going to go ahead and do 6 piles. Like I said, 6 piles for each month. Now, I don't want the table to get too messy. Okay. So what I'm going to do is pull about 3 decks at a time, and then we're going to always use the tarot at the end. Okay. That's how we're going to do it. So let's go ahead. Let's get into it. So we're going to use this month. So it's always June to December. That's how we're going to do it. Okay. So this is going to be for the month of June. What do Virgos have to know for the month of June? You already know this read is going, this live is going to be pretty lengthy because we have to read through all the decks. Okay. Instead of just doing one big read, we have to read through all of it. Okay. Each month for Virgo. All right, so the first 3 cards are the first 3 months. Okay, that's the first 3 months. The second row is going to be the next, the other 3 months, which is 6. So we're going to leave it just like that, and it does not have to be in any kind of order. However they fall is how they fall. Okay. We're going to go ahead and we're going to do, like I said, 3 cards at a time. This is for Virgo, first 3 months. Thank you. So boom, boom, boom. Let's get the next 3 months. Thank you. All right. I'm going to do that. Let's get this, and let's get one more. Okay. All right, so I don't want to bore you. So what I'm going to do is just go ahead and start choosing. Okay, I'm going to start reading what each month means, and then we're going to continue from that point. Now, if you guys just came in, we're getting what? The next 6 months. Each month has a reading. I'm not going to do it and combine it the way I normally do. It's literally will be like a general reading. I want to get a little bit more intimate with each month of what you guys are going to experience. And plus, this is something different. I want the readings to be different compared to what we've been reading. So for the first month, now this is going to be June. So we're already in June, right? So we're kind of already in this energy, and we're going to see if it matches. We're going to see if it's basically exactly what Virgos are experiencing. So you had health. Now this could be mental or this could be physical, okay? Mental or physical health. This card says expect to have and this is a good card, by the way. Okay. Usually if a card comes out and it says something about health, that means that some of you guys have not been feeling well. Some of you guys have been, mentally drained. There's been something that you've been experiencing when it comes down to your mental health, like anxiety, severe anxiety, that type of thing. It could be depression. Some you could be experiencing it. Now listen to what this says. It says, expect to have a boost in your levels of energy or an increased healthy activity that will greatly improve your overall health, as well as being in a positive mindset. That's what it says. Okay. Now you might be like, oh, well, we're already in June and I'm not really experiencing that yet. I don't know. I'm going to tell you, I feel like there's going to be a part in June that you're going to start feeling a little bit lighter, maybe a little bit in the later half, because we're still in the first half. So I'm going to actually say that this is correct. I feel like this will be true. And I'm only thinking about what I've seen from the astrology. I think that that's true. I feel like the later half of June, you guys will be in a better mood. For whatever reason, that's just what I see. Now, here, the next card I have the Nine of Abundance. Look at that. It literally says freedom. Okay? The Nine of Abundance in this deck is different from the Tarot because I only read the Tarot the way I'm supposed to read the Tarot based on the astrology and the planets. With this one, it's an oracle and it's also the Tarot, but it's telling you something. It's literally saying life is wonderful. That's the first line on this card. Life is wonderful, but that's in harmony with the health card. Now you don't have any issues in the area of physical and mental health, right? This is what it says. Your hard work and dedication to your dreams will provide you with great peace and contentment. There it is again. Mental health stuff, right? Feeling at peace with where you are, feeling contentment and not feeling like you're lacking somewhere. You feel free. Notice that she's on a swing. Okay? And again, I really do believe that this is going to happen later half of the month. Okay? Now, let's get your manifestation card. I'm going to keep this to the side because these cards are a little bit bigger. Let's get June manifestation card for Virgo. All right, let's get it. The bigger picture. Okay? It says sometimes, particularly during times of acceleration of growth, we feel confused and overwhelmed, unable to see the woods from the trees. This card asks you to stand back and see the bigger picture. Everything is happening just as it should, and soon you will regain clarity. Okay, I told you, I'm telling you, this really does feel like a June energy. Okay, because this card is already telling you, yeah, you're not out of the woods yet. You're not out of that yet. But there's something that you need to know, something that you need to see. You're also at this place that for some of you, you're going to be, I don't know, forgiveness of others could be with family, friends, lovers. It could be with someone at your job. Here it says forgiveness does not mean that what happened to you is, wasn't bad, but this has something to do with you being able to move forward. And you not keep that thing that someone said or did to you locked inside. And forgiveness doesn't have to be a conversation between you and someone else. That's being able to let go of whatever has occurred, because that's the only way that you will be in this free energy. Okay? Really good. Oh my God. I'm going to push this to the side though, because like I said, I don't want it to be too broad here. Now let's get your tarot card for the month of June. Let's get your tarot card for the month of June. Waiting. Okay, the world literally, the world is waiting for you. Here you have the world card at the bottom of the deck. You are scared. You are afraid. You are feeling a little bit impatient. You are excited. You are anxious because you know good things are coming, because you guys already know the Three of Wands to me is an expansion card. It's all about the growth and expansion, which is what we just read. And that card right here literally says it. It's like, hey, look at the bigger picture. Look at the bigger picture. Like, it's coming. Clarity is coming. Growth is coming. It's coming. And so it makes so much sense. It's telling us that in the month of June, for the most part, you are still in the energy of expectation. You are expecting something good and something great to come in. Okay? And it's coming. But again, you guys already know this is probably one of my favorite cards with that whirlpool in the middle. You guys already know you're here every day, right? And what do I say about that whirlpool? The rescue boat is on the other side. The rescue boat is on the other side, and it's like it's not going to get here. It's not going to come in time. I'm not going to ever receive it, because part of the expectation and the waiting, there's a little sense of fear here. Fear of, believing or thinking that it's not going to happen for you, but it will. Now, let's get into the month of July. Oh, this is going to be such a long reading. It looks like each deck, each row is going to be about 10 minutes long. Let's get into the month of July. Ooh. The month of July literally says something will come to an end that must take place before you free yourself to move forward, let go of what was, celebrate the good, and forgive the bad, as all is a part of your journey. Isn't that what this card just said? I didn't have to read that, but I for some reason, they kept on having me look at it when I was reading that. Okay. Forgiveness is a part of your new chapter. We see that with the world card. New cycle. A conclusion of something. Okay? We saw that in June. Now, something could have happened in June already, right? Like something is closing or something has closed. So with this one, it says something will come to an end and that it must take place before. Before what? Before you're able to celebrate the good. Okay? And we're going to find out what this good is because it's going to be in every card that I pull out. And I'm going to tell you at the end. Okay? Here it says healer of action. And this is what it says. This is a time when you can do whatever you set your mind to if your heart is open. You're being asked to do many things at once. Now, I'm going to slow down because remember when I was saying, ooh, Virgo, you're going to be really busy. I don't want to overlook that. There's something about June where it may not even necessarily just be work, but I feel like it's other things, including your job, that's having you all over the place. You're just, and I'm telling you, watch what's going to happen. Watch this. Oh my God, yes, was telling us the truth. Why am I so busy in July? All over the place. You got a holiday on the 4th, you know, it's dead in the middle of the summer. People are inviting you places. You want to travel, or maybe you want to travel somewhere, little small travels. It doesn't necessarily have to be anything major, but I see you all over the place in the month of July. It says you won't mind as long as you know that you are making a difference. This card indicates someone who's loving also, very intelligent, passion, and fun, and definitely makes you excited, okay? What did I do on here? 1, 2, okay. Let's get your manifestation for the month of July. That's at the bottom of the deck, y'all, by the way. We're gonna read that in a minute. Synchronicity. You guys already know this is one of my favorite energies. What is synchronicity? Being at the right place at the right time? Experiencing something when you're supposed to experience it? Okay. Remember what was my example that I gave you guys a couple of months ago when I said, oh, you come out of a grocery store, you drop your, I always use this as an example. Okay. You come out of a grocery store, you drop your eggs, you're bending down, picking up the eggs, right? Someone sees it and say, oh, let me go over there and help Virgo out, right? And then you guys look at each other, you connect, all of a sudden it's like, oh, hey, okay. You were there when you were supposed to be there, and that accident with those eggs falling was supposed to happen because that's how the person saw you. May not have been able to see you in no other time because you could have already been in your car already. You get it? Here it says, are seemingly random coincidences showing up in your life? This card asks you to listen to the signs and take them seriously. You are turning into the universal energy of great collective consciousness, and synchronicities are going to start arriving. And I want to be like, Virgo, do you think that was a coincidence that occurred? And it's always at a place. It's always going to be at a place because it's not going to be in your house. That's the only way a synchronicity can work. You're going to be out of your house. And it feels like it's at a familiar place. So it's not saying that you got to go somewhere that's just like so far out. No, it feels like it's in a familiar place. It's just where you go all the time. Let's get the card for tarot card for July. Oh, let's not forget. We do need to talk about this. I literally almost forgot. This is extremely important because remember the other card here talked about what? Forgiveness. Okay? This speaks of specifically love relationships, but all relationships, because it says the first sentence, healthy relationships are formed through love rather than need. I am with you because I need you. I'm not with you because I love you. And that dynamic could be an issue that you may experience in July, or the power struggles between you and someone, a family member, someone who's supposed to love you, but they don't, or act like they don't. Someone's supposed to have your back, but they really don't have your back. We're talking about all relationships. We're not talking about just love relationships. It's saying holding on too tightly or not being able to see or not wanting to see stifles a real relationship from forming. So I want you guys to keep in mind, okay, that being in any kind of connection in July, if it isn't healthy and you're holding on too tight, it is because you do not trust the universe. That's what this card literally says. Give your relationship the freedom it needs to form a healthy foundation with trust. And if you cannot trust that person isn't meant for you. Don't make this more complicated than what it is. And a lot of you are going to be experiencing that in the summer. That I can tell you based off of what I've seen. Okay? Now let's go ahead. Let's get your tarot card for the month of July. The Strength card, power struggles. There you go. Let's look at it again. What's at the bottom of the deck? Here's my hand. I don't want y'all to think I'm placing anything. 3 of Swords. Isn't that unhealthy relationships? This is telling you that some of you guys are in unhealthy connections and you're holding on to people through fear of what you believe will not happen, which is the reason why it's starting even now in June. It started in May, even in January. When the relationship seemed like it was really rocky, you were like, oh, I'm not really sure if this is going to work. I'm not even sure if this is going to work. I'm not really sure. And you were holding on to somebody who was just not on your level anyway. So there's going to be something else here that you have to be strong enough, Strength card, strong enough to say, nope. I don't care if it's someone new. I don't care if it's a friend that manipulates their way into your life or to try to get something from you. You have to be able to say no. So that's what you're going to be experiencing in the month of July. Let's see what you're going to be experiencing in August. Healing. Hello. You see how you're broken here? It is literally telling you in the order. Now, I'm not saying all of these cards are going to be great because we already know every month ain't going to be fantastic, and July wasn't necessarily the best, but it is the best because that 3 of Swords is realization. And this is the healing. Here, this is what it says. You're healing mentally, physically, health. You are healing your body by releasing any trapped emotion. This is everything that you've experienced and it was just sitting in that belly of yours. Everything that you wanted to say was just sitting there, all that tension, because that happens a lot at work. Ooh, I just couldn't, y'all already know me and work. Because see, I know I have a mouth on me, okay? And I like being disrespected. I've already told y'all is probably the worst thing ever. I don't care who you are. I am an Omarosa. I am that. Okay. And one thing I do know, when you cannot speak your piece, when you can't say what you want to say because you don't want to lose your job, or you're afraid that you're not going to be in a relationship, or you're afraid of what someone else is thinking, it sits right there in those intestines of yours. And so this is the reason why it's literally saying you're releasing any of those emotions and giving yourself enough time to understand why you did it anyway. It's easier for you to know why you're doing it when you're at your job. But why did you do that with someone that you didn't have to do it to? Because you're not married to this person. Some of you are not. Most Virgos I'm talking to are not married. Most of you here are not married. Why did you? And says, what does it say? This is to get you to understand the lessons and what your pain was trying to teach you. Okay? So in August, it is a healing. That means something is leaving. Because this one said you're letting go and not to hold on. This one is saying you've probably already released this person in July, or in the process of doing that in August, where you have this rest period. There it is again, 4 of Swords, right in harmony. 4 of Swords means what? Rest. Doesn't it not? 4 of Swords is rest and healing. Listen to what it says. Spend time in nature listening for guidance from your angels and your own inner voice, because overanalyzing the situation won't provide the answers you're seeking. Consider taking a vacation or a small break. In the month of August, you're going to be asked to slow down. Stop overthinking, stop overanalyzing about what isn't working and trying to make sense of something that you know is crazy as hell. Do this to rejuvenate yourself and become clear. There's another word for clarification on what you should do next. So what should you be doing? Praying and meditating in the month of August. Let's get your manifestation card for the month of August. Whew. And guess how you're going to be feeling? See, now you're triggered. That's the shadow work right there. You were feeling this in July. Spirit is telling you this is what you should be doing in August. But because you don't have it in August, or you know it's slipping away from you, now all of a sudden, you ain't got nothing. This is what it's saying. Leading a spiritual life does not mean living in lack. This card is asking you to release any underlying belief that you are holding regarding what? Your worthiness. When you have an abundance, inner and outer, you will have an abundance to give and share with other people. This card basically says, please adjust your perspective on things. Because the first thing happens when you are releasing something and something is no longer in your life that coddles you a little bit, that makes you feel a little bit normal, you start feeling like you're without. And the universe is like, yeah, that is just a belief that you have accepted. Take your time to heal. If you are feeling under pressure by someone is obviously asking you to do something here, maybe not wanting you to do something, pressure at your job, feeling overwhelmed. I think we talked about that earlier in the reading. Pressure that you are placing even on yourself because of what you don't have and what you're wanting because you're waiting. Unnecessary pressure. You are going to have to make a decision that's going to be final in the month of August. Now, the month of August doesn't mean it's going to be in the beginning part. It could be right at the end. And you're going to be faced with something. And you have to be committed to exactly what you say you're going to do in the month of August. Now we're going to go ahead and get your tarot card and see what comes out. This is for Virgo for August. Get out of here. Look at this. Fly like an eagle. That's like Seal's song. First thing I heard, fly like an eagle. 8 of Wands is moving forward, ain't it? I'm not really seeing anything that's keeping you from doing whatever you want with this card. And not only that, it doubled down because it gave you what? The Fool card, a new beginning. Here you are in the month of August, healing, resting, meditating, and getting your life right, taking your time. And I like the fact that this came out because, see, I know that this may be tears, could be emotional, okay? Something that you're experiencing, saying goodbye to something, or the realization that's about to happen. That's about to happen, okay? And you are about to hit a clean slate. This is exact same thing that we saw with the World card. It's like in the beginning, it already told you might as well prepare for a new cycle, and then we're going to tell you what's about to happen and which months. Now, we're going to go ahead and get to September. Ooh, here, hello. Victory. You're finally getting something that you've been waiting on for a very long time. A raise, a promotion, something dealing with a project that you find love. You are leveling up and you are feeling proud of yourself. August and September is Virgo's birthday at the end of August in September. I love the fact that this came out in September because most, not all, you guys already know, I always talk about the August Virgos literally all the time. I be messing with y'all for real, for real. I love y'all so much, but I always be like, it's like the pre-cum, okay? But I definitely see that there's this energy, somewhere in between, late August and September where you're going to be feeling so good about something. Like you've overcome not just relationships, but issues that scared you. It's sitting right below this because remember, this is what you were afraid of. You're like, oh God, something's not gonna happen, something's not gonna work. Oh shit, is the universe is it gonna save me? Is it gonna save me? I don't know. The universe gonna save me. I'm not really sure. And here, right below it with the victory, it's like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm actually here now. This is really happening. And the 5 of Wands to say you had to fight along the way, not other people necessarily. You, you have to fight for your freedom. You have to fight for what you want instead of pushing yourself in the background somewhere in order to appease other people. Here it says your angels want you to know that your current challenges pushes you to be assertive and self-confident. Be willing to stand up for yourself and defend your position. You have the right to excuse yourself from what? From those who bring drama into your life. And you want to know what I see here? You're going to do it. Because a lot of y'all be like, I'm so weak. Yes, I'm weak. And I'm like, no, you're not. This reading is basically saying you won't be. Because there's always like a dial for Virgos. You only go so far with a Virgo. Like, there's a lot of stuff that y'all can take. A lot of stuff. Y'all kind of got that God energy where it's like, and I'm not saying God, but like that God energy because it's all up it's in us, right? Where it's like we're long suffering, right? Meaning, it takes us a while before we actually get mad. And then when we do get mad, we're ready to throw you in a lava hole. Okay? This is the lava hole. Because now you're fighting back. And you're like, oh, did you just do that? Oh, okay. That's the last thing they heard from Virgo. Oh, okay. I don't have to explain myself to nobody. This is where Virgo, when Virgos is pissed off because they're like, I don't have to explain myself to nobody, baby. Don't call my phone. Don't ask no questions. You leave your job. I did that before. And I'm not even talking about like, when I got on YouTube. I'm talking about years before where I left my job and I was like literally packing up my stuff. They didn't even know I was going to be leaving. And she was just talking. I just walked out. Because y'all already know how I am about jobs. Okay? Like, you ain't going to get no explanation from me. I was already plotting. You hear what I'm saying? I was already plotting. This is how it's going to be. And you're going to be like, yes, winning energy. Yes, I'm winning. I won this fight. I won this battle. That's what the Five of Wands is basically saying. You won a battle. So September, and the end of August and September looks pretty sweet, actually. Looks pretty sweet. Let's go ahead. Let's get the manifestation energy for the month of September. You is important. Here it says, what do you set your intentions to? Intentions is where you put your thought. Who are you focusing on? Where are your thoughts on? When you pray, what are you praying about? When you worry, what are you worrying about? It says, notice the predominant thoughts that you hold in your mind, because this is actually the thing that is sending the request to the universe. And if you're saying, I want real love, don't be like, well, I just want somebody. But like, no, I want real love. I want to be stable. I want a nice place to stay. I want to feel secure and feel safe. I want to be happy. You see how even with that, some of those things could get broken down, because what does happiness mean to you? Because I can pretty sure tell you it's a little bit different from me. But it's in a general range of what we would consider to be happy. Let me tell you what this card says, though. And this is going to be the thing that's going to get to most of y'all, because it says you're going to have to adjust. Adjustment. You cannot be sitting, this is God. You can't be sitting up here asking me and praying to me that you want something a certain way, and you're doing the complete opposite of what you're asking me to help you with. So this is the reason why the cards start off saying what it was saying. Okay, what are you praying about? What are you worried about? What are you asking me? Is what God is basically saying on this card. And are you prepared to actually walk it? That is in September. Everything you do has something to do with your self-esteem. You are important. You are lovable. You are special and extraordinary. Let go of the past and what has happened to you. Any negativity and perceptions about yourself or what you carry about yourself, that needs to go. Because if your birthday is at the end of August or somewhere in September, are you really going to go into another year with this low vibrational energy? Again, another year? This is your birthday month. Let's get September's tarot card. Look at this. I love that victory is there. I love it so much because it's like telling us why. Look at this. First of all, you got the 5 of Swords here, and then you had the 10 of Wands. You see that? Now, these could be people who do not like you, and they just laugh, and they're like, Virgo. This could be people at your job. You know, like I said, y'all already know I got a gripe with stuff at jobs, baby. Ooh. Y'all already know how I feel about that. Some of y'all is family members. Some of y'all is a job. But when I say like a group of people, I always think that to me, I'm going to always go related back to the job, right? I'm going to always do that. Okay. But it could very well be family members. Okay. For some of you, it's a church, believe it or not. Okay. But they're like, look at Virgo, look at Virgo. Oh, look at them, poor Virgo. Ain't nobody trying to help you with nothing. And it's like, but that's okay. God said what? Okay, they can laugh all they want to, but you're going to have victory over that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, sorry. Now, here for the Five of Swords is you being all over the place. This is what we're talking about, dealing with people who lack integrity. And now all of a sudden that energy is all over you and around you because you insist on being around it. Because remember, part of that Five of Wands says what? You have to fight your way out of it. Being discombobulated, that's what I look at that as. Scattered all over the place, scattered all over the place, scattered. And remember that card earlier literally just says what? Focus. So regardless of what this is beautiful because the victory energy just gave us the whole month. It was like, baby, no matter what you're about to see from this deck, you're going to be okay. Let's go ahead. Let's get to October. I said, wait, June, July, August, September, October. Okay. Ooh, I like this. Look at this. Good luck. You're manifesting nothing but good. Everything you put your mind to will flourish and go smoothly for you. Keep going, keep growing, and what? Miracles will show up. We already saw that because we saw this card, right? We already saw that. Remember we saw this card? We already knew that when we saw this. Now, good luck is what? Jupiter energy. Jupiter. I'm going to tell you something. Leo season, for some odd reason, to me, feels like it's going to be very interesting. Very interesting. Not really sure why, but Leo season to me feels like it's going to be very interesting. Okay, I'm going to tell you the seasons that stand out the most to me, and so far, Leo season did it for me. I'm going to keep going, of course, because now we're in October, and I'm going to see if, any other months, but Leo season was the one that stood out. I just have to say that FYI. Now, the next card that's coming out here with good luck, you had be open to success. Again, this is another card that said be open. Are you not open? I think I did a reading for you yesterday, but I did it like a pre-read. I did it, and I wasn't live. And I think it's something about Virgo being open to something. And I looked at it and then I read it and then I kept going and I thought about it when I cut the camera off. I'm like, that's like the third time I've seen that. And here it is like the fourth time. But I'm like, why do they keep saying Virgos be open to something? I'm not really seeing Virgos being shut off to opportunities. But then the only reason why they're saying that is because maybe you're not seeing it that way. Or again, you're holding on to something that what? You shouldn't be holding on to. Remember, it doesn't have to be a person. It literally said earlier, a belief that you have. Here it says, look at all the wonderful things you can do when you listen to divine guidance. Spirit is trolling y'all. Look at all the wonderful things you can do when you listen to divine guidance. They're like, you listen, Virgo. Bravo. You listen to me. Now I'm going to be able to open up stuff for you. I was just trying to see what you were going to do, basically. It says you've balanced so many different things. You had all of this like busyness that you had in the month of July. You were so busy. You were all over the place. Your feelings was kind of hurt. You had the closed chapters. Okay, you were kind of scattered in September. You were feeling some kind of way, a little confused. But here it says there's going to be so much recognition and accomplishment and success and praise because of everything you have done. Allow others to actually shower you with gratitude. Listen, let me go ahead and let y'all see this. Now, you know me as a divine feminine, right? When I see somebody that say shower, guess what I'm thinking about? I want some of the it don't even have to be females, because honey, some of my films but be up in here telling me what they person be doing for them. But I need y'all to tell me, when you hear shower, what does that mean? Allow others to shower you with the gratitude you deserve. Do you think that they're just telling you this because it's something nice to hear? There is a planet attached to this. We already saw it with Jupiter. Jupiter came out. Good luck. Luck has Jupiter energy all over it. So that means now Jupiter is expanding you, which was what we saw in the beginning part of the reading. And it says, be open to it. Stop saying, that's okay. Oh my God. I do have a problem with this. I want to tell y'all what I have a problem with. I don't like when people give me things. Okay. I always be like, no, that's okay. That's okay. One of my clients that I've been reading for a very long time, she actually said that to me. It was a few of them that actually said that to me. And I'm like, no, girl, that's okay. That's okay. And the one girl was like, yes, like seriously, you need to be at a place where you learn how to actually receive things. But the thing was that I've always been that way. Because to me, I just feel like I don't know. Like, let me just work for it, because I don't really want to feel like I'm indebted. You know what I mean? I just don't want to feel that way. But I feel like this is the reason why the universe is saying be open to it, because someone believes that you deserve it. It's not about what you think you need to do. Someone already believes that. This is the reason why people pamper you anyway. Have you ever met a dude who's so in love with a girl? And I kid you not, I've seen this. Dude is so in love with a girl. I have family members like this. And they're planning vacations and she don't have to pay for nothing. You see what I'm saying? All because he believes she deserves it. And this is what the universe is basically trying to get you guys to understand. There's going to be many opportunities where people are going to come in and say, man, what you did to me, what you said to me, I remember what happened. Here, you can have this, or I want to do this for you, or something like that. Don't be like me, because I know as a Virgo, some of y'all gonna be doing that. Like, that's okay. No, and this is why I says, please be open. Stop thinking the worst, be open. This is why people, and I'm just telling you what I know, this is why people will give you money anonymously. This is why they do that. People have done that to me. They don't even want me to know who it is, because they know I'm going to be like, oh my God, let me go ahead. Let me, do you want me? And they were like, no, you don't even know who I am. Just take it. And I'm telling you, this is what's going to happen for a lot of you. Okay. And stop making up excuses to not pamper or shower yourself. Now, let's go ahead and get your manifestation energy for the month of October. Bless the past. A useful tool to help you let go of any emotional residue. Oh yeah, this is the card where I use emotional residue. I was wondering where I got that from. Any emotional residue that is still clinging to you from past experience, you need to bless. Meaning, let it go. I think we just talked about that. Again, now we're on the second row, and we're almost getting to the last portion of the 6 months. And we saw that with one of the first rows. So that means that there's still this thing of you struggling with letting something go, either the person or a situation or something like that. And it's getting to you. Okay. It says the memory or the event, the person or situation. You can say, you know what? Because remember, you're saying it out loud. Okay, you know what? All right, I'm gonna let it go and just move on. I'm gonna move on. I'm not gonna talk about this again. I'm not gonna even start. I'm not gonna keep going, gossiping with my family. I'm not gonna be doing all that. This ain't nothing to me no more. You're moving on from that energy. Let's get for the month of October Let's get the tarot card here for the month of October. Whew. Seven of Wands. The combination of cards that are coming out here are absolutely magnificent. One thing that I can tell you, I don't know what the hell is happening in the month of October, but money is flowing. Now, I was looking throughout the whole read trying to figure out when money was going to pick up. And this is just so funny to me because I'm like, I'm like, all right, that's a little interesting. That's interesting. And it told me specifically because the card that comes out, I don't show y'all too much, but the card that came out was the exact card that was like, okay, now you've been through some shit with your money. Now you're good. And it came out right with luck. It came out right with luck. And now you're feeling good. You're looking good. Some of y'all gonna start new jobs in July or August. A new side hustle in July or August. Something new. Because now the money is starting to form in. And I mean, I'm not saying that it isn't forming in, that it isn't coming in, but in October, you feel more grounded. You feel more stable. So it's like now you've actually stacked up. Okay. So the fact that we're in October makes me feel that somewhere in July or August, because remember, July said you were busy. Okay. So this is making me feel like something around that area, you guys are going to be getting some type of new job, or, you know, you can start some kind of new work. Someone will, you know, call you back if you put your resume online or whatever. Okay. Because here, the money is showing. Believe me when I tell you, based off of what I see here. This is interesting too. I literally almost missed this. What? Oh, wow. I literally almost missed this. Y'all may actually meet somebody in October. I feel like you're getting away or trying to get over something now till October. Someone could be completely out by August or on their way out by August and September. Because remember, you're still fighting here. Okay. You start hurting here, disappointed. Here, you're like, you know what? I got to start something. You're in the process of letting someone go. But, you know, sometimes it don't happen like that. But I would say, oh, no, I can tell you definitely because the person just came out. But in October, the person came out in October. A person that you actually really, really like, and they really like your ass, just popped out in the month of October. Now, October is Libra. Is that still Libra, Scorpio energy? November. I should have done December. What was I thinking? That's okay. That's all right. We'll do the next 6 months again next month. We'll do that. November. It's coming to a close. We're coming to the close of the year. You know, went through a lot in the past 6 months. And there are things and people that you are accepting them for who they are. You are going to be accepting things. I love this card because it's almost like a process of grieving. It literally says you are accepting situations and people for what and who they are. You are learning to let go of things that you cannot fix. I like that this card said that you can no longer. The very fact that you thought that you could is why you are where you are here. You see what I'm saying? The very fact that you thought that you could fix something or someone or be a superhero is the reason why you're looking like that. Because it says no longer fix. And you are choosing to change and challenge, because this is not going to be easy for you. It is easier for you to stick to what's familiar. This is the reason why I say you have to be strong. This is another reason why I say you have to fight. You got to grow. You got to learn how to say no. You got to be like, okay, I got to do what's best for me. Here with inner strength, you have great courage and kindness. You may not realize how strong and powerful you are, but there's no problem that you can't solve. The compassion you so freely give to others must be also given to yourself. Stand strong in your conviction. If the right answer is to tell someone no, then it is no. This is crazy. Ooh, there is a battle, honey. Virgo. 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 Lord have mercy, Virgo. All right. Let's get November. Let's get November. You already know you're closing something. You already know that because it's coming out with that bless the past. I'm telling you, this is how I know for a fact. It almost feels like you're saying no, and then yes, and then no, and then yes, and then no, and then you finally are like, yes, I hear it. Yes. Something happens. You're like, yes, I fought a fine fight. Now I'm able to actually let go of something. But here, right here with the Five of Swords, with the person all over the place, the only reason why you will be in that energy is because you kept playing the game. You kept playing the game. All right. November for Virgo. Ooh. I don't even like the way that this card fell out. I'm not going to lie. I don't even like the way because it just flipped out. It didn't fall. Hold on. I'm going to take this because you need to see it. But it has to flip. I need it to flip. There we go. See what I'm saying? They got it. It's a certain way. Ooh, that's why they wanted me to do it. I can always feel when they want me to keep pulling. I can always feel it. Oh, yeah, definitely. But this was a part of it, too. They were like, oh, go ahead. Go ahead. We're about to finish this up. We're going to wrap this up. Virgo needs to hear this. Let me just tell you. This was a card that came out here. Oh, no, let's read this one first. Mistakes. Now, this could be mistakes that other people have done or mistakes that you do. Listen to what it says. If you feel you have made a mistake, or if someone has done so that has an impact on you, do not feel bad about this. Treasure your mistakes and those who are around you. Okay, we're just getting cookie cutter, but we get what she's saying. It says, this has an edge, put an edge to our personal growth and evolution. We are learning and celebrating, and we are growing. Now, I have no idea why that will come out in the month of November. Because if we're saying that we have to accept something, are we accepting what someone has done again and saying it was a mistake? Or is that always the excuse? Or is it you constantly doing the same mistakes over and over again, which is the reason why this card said, stop being hard on yourself, because they never said that this was once. It's saying, you know what, this time you're going to probably look at that a little bit differently. Because the next card is empowering yourself, which it literally says this does not mean that you have power over people. But you do have power over yourself and your capacity to do certain things, okay? It says this card asks you to elevate your present situation and to take ownership of your right to say what? No or yes. Your right to choose, and that you are also entitled to be happy. Now, this is the same thing as this, falling right up under here. Healing, healing. Look at what it's telling you. It's like, oh, Virgo, go pamper yourself. I think we had a read the other day that talked about this, right? Oh, Virgo, go pamper yourself. It says, give yourself permission to stop, because we already know you're going to be busy as hell. Slow down. Rest up. Okay? Because a lot of y'all just keep pushing and pushing and all that other stuff. And then you know you need to stop, and you're not paying attention to your body. And this is the reason why it says physical and mental health. You're not paying attention to yourself and all these little signals. And it's like you need to start paying attention to the signals. I love the fact that it's literally said the same thing that this says. Taking time out will allow you to replenish yourself, your energy, revitalization, and your focus. This is a promise. Releasing the past means that it is a personal choice to no longer allow your history to dictate and shape your life for the future, now and in the future, basically. Something is going to be completely over with. Something is going to be completely over with by the New Year's. Let's get this for Virgo for the month of November. Dang. Remember this. Remember, it was those who, cheered for, wanted your downfall. People who supposed to care for you didn't care for you. People who were supposed to look out for you didn't look out for you. People who actually, wanted you to fail. Justice. Karmic justice. Now, I'm not sure if you're going to see it or not, but it's saying correction of all of those things. All of those things that you've experienced. The people who didn't believe in you, the person that didn't believe in you, people who did not have your back when you were down and out. I would definitely say that this feels like a down and out energy. The universe is like, all right, let me go ahead and let me correct this real quick. Because sometimes you just have to accept people that's just who they are and what they are in this lifetime. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I never want people to be something that they're not. I feel like be exactly who you are, so I'll know how to treat you. A lot of people don't like to do that, though. A lot of people like to be sly. They like to be sneaky, because it's just like in real life. If someone was to come to you right in your face and start talking trash, and and these people are in some way being violent towards you. It's just another form of violence. But it's like a person that runs up on you and they hit you in the face. If you see that person and they're standing in front of you and you know that you are tougher, I don't like to warn people. I know how to fight. Okay? It's just like, just tell me who you are so I'll know how to deal with you. But when this reading, the universe is like, oh no, they tried it. And I'm going to correct everything that they tried. And I'm going to throw a little sprinkle on it for myself. Because this is all about your future, according to what we're seeing. You had major arcanas here. Now, I'm seeing that this could happen during Libra season. It's interesting because this is Libra. Remember I said Libra season or Scorpio, and Libra showed itself. Something is going to be corrected around that time, around October, November. And I know y'all like, damn, do I have to wait that long? That is real life. Real life is saying, I want something now, and you have to wait. You started in June with waiting. There's events that are happening through the rest of the month, the rest of the year. And you finally get to the place where course correction, where the universe is actually correcting things, or it will be corrected. When you thought that you were drowning, whether this has something to do with money or your feelings, where you felt like this is panicky energy to me. Oh Lord, I don't think I'm going to make it. Oh Lord, I don't know how I'm going to make it. You know how that is. I don't know how I'm going to pay my bills. I don't know how, I don't know how I'm going to be in this relationship or not be in a relationship. I'm telling people be panicking for real. Okay. And so this is what I see. So this is why the universe is like, okay, you're not going to be in that energy anymore. I want to correct those things for you. Now you can what? Relax. And I'm going to tell you based on astrology from what I've seen. If you are a Virgo, which I've already told you, if you are a Virgo and you're about 41, 42, your timeline is a little bit different from the rest of us. But I know that, right? Because I know how to read. Okay? And it's not saying that it's going to be absolutely horrible for you, but I've already told you what you're going to experience, right? A lot of you guys have not hit your midlife crisis point. All right. So for those who are getting a little grayer, I don't want to say that. The fact that I even said that is like, what are we doing? Okay, I'm still popping. But anyway, a lot of us have been through a lot of those things. We understand what those transit looks like. We understand what Saturn means. We understand what Uranus means when it's in opposition. Saturn when it's in opposition. Jupiter when it's squaring and in opposition. We understand what that means. And we're still young enough to understand what you are experiencing. Okay? So this is what I have for you. Virgos, thank you guys so much for coming back to my channel. I already told you, I already knew it was going to be long because, we're going through like literally 6 months. So if you guys are interested in a personal reading, all the information is going to be down below. I feel sorry for Taurus because I told Taurus that I was going to be on there literally 30 minutes ago. But if you guys are interested in a personal reading, all the information is going to be down below. Yes, I've already done another reading that I'm going to be uploading for you guys today. I think that's, I don't know, I did a few of them. I think that's the one that I did with love. So it most likely be a love reading. All right. I love you guys. Talk to you later. Bye.